Problem is a song recorded by American recording artist Ariana Grande, featuring a guest appearance from Australian recording artist Iggy Azalea. The song was released by Republic Records on April 28, 2014, as the lead single from Grande's upcoming second studio album My Everything. The song was written by Grande, Azalea, Savan Kotecha, Ilya, and Max Martin, and produced by the latter two along with Shellback. Problem is an uptempo pop and R&B song which comprises a melody based on drums, saxophone loops and trumpets. The chorus features uncredited background vocals from American hip-hop artist Big Sean. Lyrically, Grande has stated that the song is about the feeling of being absolutely terrified to reapproach a relationship that's gone sour, but you want to more than anything. Problem received generally positive reviews from music critics. Many appreciated its overall production for its inclusion of a saxophone loop, while others praised the song's throwback sound and 90s influence. The song debuted at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, selling 438,000 copies in its first week on sale, earning Grande her biggest digital song sales week ever. The song later peaked at number 2, surpassing The Way as her biggest hit single in the United States. It also became Azalea's second highest charting single in the US, after her own single Fancy. Problem performed well internationally, debuting at the top of the charts in Ireland, New Zealand, Scotland and the United Kingdom and peaking within the top 10 of the charts in most other territories, including Australia, Canada, Denmark, and Greece. Problem also made British chart history upon its debut as the first song to top the charts in Britain based on both sales and streaming. It also topped the Billboard Pop and Rhythmic Songs Airplay charts. To promote the song, Grande performed at the 2014 Radio Disney Music Awards as the ceremony's opening, at the 2014 iHeartRadio Music Awards, on The Ellen DeGeneres Show and at the 2014 Billboard Music Awards. The song's accompanying music video was filmed the following day after its release with Nev Todorovic as the director and premiered on Vevo on May 30, 2014. The single has been certified double platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. Background: following the release of Grande's debut studio album Yours Truly in September 2013, which was met with critical acclaim, Grande announced in October 2013 that she had already begun writing and working on her second studio album with previous producers from her debut album, including Harmony Samuels, Babyface, The Rascals and Tommy Brown. Grande was initially aiming at releasing the album around February 2014. In January 2014, recording sessions for the album had officially begun and Grande confirmed she had been working with new producers Ryan Tedder, Savan Kotecha, Benny Blanco and Max Martin. It was announced on March 3, 2014 that Grande would be featured on the fifth single from Chris Brown's upcoming sixth studio album X titled Don't Be Gone Too Long. The single was originally set for release on March 25, 2014, however was postponed due to Brown being sent to jail awaiting trial on assault charges. Grande had announced the song's delay on March 17, 2014 via Twitter stating "My low visa euro so obviously some things have changed recently. So we have to delay the DBGTL countdown, some things are out of our control." That same night she held a live stream to make up for the single's delay, where she previewed 4 new songs from her second album. 2 days later following the announcement Grande revealed due the song's delay, she would be releasing the first single from her upcoming sophomore studio album instead. After recording multiple songs for the album, Grande stated that she had chosen the first single from her album. On April 15, 2014, it was officially announced that Problem would be the title of the lead single from the album. Grande then began an online countdown to the release of the song and later revealed that Australian rapper Iggy Azalea would accompany her on the track. Development: Grande had met Azalea at the 2013 MTV Europe Music Awards where they had presented an award together, and hung out at Katy Perry's after-party in Amsterdam, where they expressed interest in working together. They had originally planned for Azalea to appear on Grande's debut album in September 2013. However, it never panned out. Once Grande began working on Problem she thought Azalea would be the perfect fit for the track to create the perfect girl power duo for the song. Azalea agreed to appear on the song and went in with producer Max Martin to write her own verse before recording it for the song. Big Sean, who is featured in Grand's previous single Right There, also appears on the song uncredited as a background vocalist in which he provides the whisper-like vocals of the chorus, although he is not a featured artist. Initially, while recording songs for the album, after Grand had recorded Problem, she fell out of love with the song and didn't want it to appear on her second album. However, following an album listening session with her management and record label, when Problem came on, Grand said, "What the hell is wrong with me? Holy shit!" realizing her love for the song and decided to keep it for the album. Lyrically, the song is about the feeling of being absolutely terrified to reapproach a relationship that's gone sour, but you want to more than anything. Promotion and release. Grand created online buzz in the weeks leading up to her single's release through social media. She first released promotional images from the single's photo shoot all throughout March 2014. On April 10, 2014, Grand asked her fans to choose between two new possible images to be used for the single's artwork release. After the votes were tallied, she revealed the winning cover artwork through her Instagram account the next day with the hashtag number 10 day still problem, and revealed that Iggy Azalea would be assisting her on the track. The winning image was the more seductive image of the pair, which shows Grand leaning back in a fold-out chair, dressed in a black camisole, white thigh-highs and metal-tipped stilettos. Grand is also shown flipping through her hair while looking directly into the camera. Following her debut performance of Problem at the Radio Disney Music Awards, the song was released at midnight to iTunes on April 28, 2014. The single was made available for pre-order on March 21, 2014. 3 hours after its release, Problem shot to number 1 on the iTunes singles charts in over 30 countries. The single made its world radio premiere on air with Ryan Seacrest on April 28, 2014. A remix of the song was released on May 16, 2014, entitled The Young California Remix, and features an additional rap verse from American rapper Problem. Composition. Musically, Problem is an up-tempo pop song with influences of contemporary urban music that incorporates elements of jazz, contemporary 90s R&B, hip-hop and funk, which comprises the instruments like drums, saxophones and trumpets. It runs for a duration of 3 minutes and 14 seconds. The song was written by Grand, Savan Kotecha, Amethyst Kelly, Elias Amanzadeh and Max Martin, and produced by the latter two along with Shellback, according to the sheet music published by Alfred Publishing Company, Incorporated on musicnotes.com. Problem is composed in the key of Ga and registered trademark minor and set in common time at a moderate tempo of 103 beats per minute. The melody spans the tonal range of Ka and registered trademark 4 to Ga and registered trademark 5, while the music follows the chord progression of E maj 7 Fa and registered trademark B. The track opens with a dose of jazzy saxophones before the more modern horn-heavy drum-filled beat drops. The song's melody constantly builds towards something that should be explosive, before Azalea brings it back down with her verse Smart Money Bettina unregistered trademark unregistered trademark LLB better off without you / no time unregistered trademark LLB forgettina unregistered trademark all about you / you say unregistered trademark that you know but I really doubt you understand my life is easy when I ain't unregistered trademark T around you. While Grand's notes serve as a metaphor for what the song is about. She can't unregistered trademark T get rid of her crush, who she knows isn't unregistered trademark T good for her and can't help but fall in love quickly. As her heart gets lighter and lighter, Grand sings head in the clouds / got no weight on my shoulders / I should be wiser and realize that unregistered trademark they got / one less problem without you. A writer from Wrap Up describes the track as an infectious horn-heavy jam, which features a carefree Ariana declaring her independence, which also includes an empowering verse from Iggy Azalea and a whispering Big Sean on the hook. Several critics noted the reminiscences of the jazzy sax breakdown influence demonstrated in Problem, to that of Jason Derulo's 2013 single Talk Dirty. Critical reception. Upon release, Problem received positive reviews from critics. Mike Ross of Idolator described the song as an odd blend of 90s pop and current urban trends, but there's no denying that it's catchy. Entertainment Weekly called the song a dramatic reinvention, and also notes, the idea that Grande was collaborating with bad girl du jour Iggy Azalea prompted all kinds of speculation, and the result is more or less what everybody expected. Grande's enviable pipes are still a centerpiece, but she also invites a sax-drunk loop, sexy whisper tracks, and Azalea's jazz referencing high-speed verse to the party as well. Music Times commented that the saxophone-filled track continues the pattern set by Grande's 2013 debut album Yours Truly by being heavily influenced by the 90s R&B scene. This time, Problem pulls from the funky streets with a jazz-influenced riff. An overwhelming dose of saxophone leads the song before the more modern drum-filled beat drops. Pitchfork named it Best New Track, saying that it bears all the hallmarks of a future smash, as if the future wasn't actually right now. In writing for MTV, Emily Lindner praised the song's throwback sound, that Grande admits to striving for, while still keeping it fresh and modern, stating the song is so excitingly new but also decidedly so retro. The cranky sax, the whispered chorus, the airy harmonies and Iggy unregistered trademark snarky feature all tied in with a juicy modern beat. Lindner continued by calling it the freshest pop song of the moment, commending the song's production for its more than a few unexpected throwbacks, comparing the saxophone loops to Jennifer Lopez's 2004 single Get Right, saying eat the unregistered trademark the same notes over and over, but its attitude to unregistered trademark let you zone out, while the whispers in the chorus echoes to the Yin Yang Twins unregistered trademark 2005 single. Wait, Billboard listed the song as one of the 10 best songs of 2014, saying that the snappy R&B of Ariana Grande's breakout hit the way feels minimalist compared to the multifaceted bubblegum of Problem. Commercial performance, North America. On April 29, 2014, Billboard reported that Problem would most likely sell more than 300,000 copies in its first week of availability in the United States by the end of the tracking week of May 2, 2014, as well as that the song could easily debut within the top 10 of the Billboard Hot 100 chart regardless of any added airplay or streaming points. In addition to its sales, which accounted for the majority of its Hot 100 chart points debut, Problem already began receiving early radio support. The song drew 293 first-day plays on 87 stations on the day of its release, according to Nielsen BDS. Pop Songs reporter KAIS Los Angeles led all stations with 17 first-day plays. Among all stations, Problem garnered 3.8 million in opening day radio audience. Problem officially debuted at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart on the week ending in June 7, 2014, becoming her highest charting single to date and as Grande's second single to debut in the top 10, her first being The Way, and her second top 10 single overall. It became the highest debuting song of 2014, and the highest debuting song since Eminem's The Monster, featuring Rihanna, also began at number 3 the week ending November 16, 2013. Problem boasted just 1.3% less points than John Legend's All of Me, to claim the Hot 100's number 1 spot. In its second week, Problem fell 1 spot to number 4 despite airplay and streaming honors, while switching spots with Azalea's Own Fancy, which features Charlie XCX. The following week, the song returned to its then peak position of number 3, before moving to its new peak at number 2 in its fourth week on the chart as Azalea's Fancy moved to the top of both the digital and Hot 100 charts, boasting 28% more overall chart points than Problem to take the number 1 spot on the Hot 100. In the week after the release of its music video, it still stayed at number 2, even with a large airplay and streaming spike. On Billboard Pop Songs, the song debuted at number 28 and reached number 21 in its second week on the chart. It has since reached its peak position of number 2 in its seventh week on the chart. It debuted at number 24 on Billboard Rhythmic Songs chart, it moved up 8 places to number 16 in its second week on the chart and is currently peaked at number 6. It eventually reached number 1 on both the Billboard Pop Songs and Rhythmic Songs charts, becoming Grande's first number 1 hit on both charts. Problem just missed the entry into the Billboard Radio Songs chart in its first week of availability. It officially entered in at number 30 on the chart, up 70% in audience impressions from 24 million to 41 million. It rocketed 14 spots to number 16 in its second week, granting it the Hot 100's Top Airplay Gainer award. It reached the top 10 of the Radio Songs chart at number 10 in its third week on the chart, up 30% in audience impressions from 56 million to 73 million. In addition to this, the track also debuted on the Streaming Songs chart at number 9 in its first week and moved 5 spots to number 4 in its second week, with a weekly peak of 4.4 million and 6.5 million, respectively. It has since peaked at number 2 in its third week on the chart. Problem debuted atop the Billboard Hot Digital Songs chart at number 1, selling 438,000 copies in its opening week, thus earning Grande the highest first-week sales numbers of 2014 and also her biggest digital song sales week ever, breaking her previous record held by The Way, which sold 219,000 digital copies for the week ending April 5, 2013. It is Graham's first number 1 single on that chart. Overall, it is the overall 8th biggest debut for a digital song and is the 4th largest by a female artist, behind Taylor Swift's We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, Katy Perry's Raw, and Lady Gaga's Born This Way. Further, at 20 years old, Grande became the youngest woman to debut with more than 400,000 downloads. Problem also became the highest debut for a collaboration of only female soloists since Give Me All Your Lovin' by Madonna, Nicki Minaj and M.I. A debuted at number 13 on the chart following Madonna's Super Bowl XLVI halftime show performance in February 2012. Problem spent a second week at number 1 on the Digital Songs chart with an additional 235,000 units sold, despite a 46% drop. The song topped the chart again in its third week selling 248,000 units, before slipping 1 spot to number 2 in its fourth week on the chart, despite a 15% growth of 284,000 units. The song reached its first million sales mark in the United States on May 28, 2014. On May 29, 2014, it was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, becoming Grande's second song to be certified platinum. As of June 29, 2014, Problem has since sold 2,163,000 copies in the United States. In Canada, Problem debuted at number 3 on the Canadian Hot 100 on May 17, 2014, becoming her first top 10 single in that country. In its second week on the chart the song dropped 12 places to number 15. In its third week the song rose back to the top 10 at number 6. In its fourth week the song rose even higher to number 4. Problem was the first song to top the weekly Billboard Twitter Top Tracks chart on June 12, 2014. Europe and Oceania, in the Belgian Ultra Top 50, Problem peaked at number 26 in Flanders and number 40 in Wallonia. It also debuted at number 22 in Switzerland, becoming Graham's first charting single in that country. It also appeared in Netherlands at number 10, in Spain at number 11, in Austria at number 31 and in Brazil at number 12. In New Zealand, Problem made its first chart appearance on the New Zealand Singles Chart on the issue dated May 5, 2014. It debuted at the number 1 spot on the chart, becoming the highest debut of the week, making it Grande's first single to top the charts in New Zealand, first top debut and her second top 40 single. In its second week on the chart, the song dropped 2 spots to number 3, being replaced by the song's featured artist Iggy Azalea, whose single Fancy featuring Charli XCX took over the top spot. In Azalea's native Australia, Problem gave Grande her first top 10 hit after it debuted at number 4 on the Australian Singles Chart, and eventually ascended to number 2 in its second week on the chart. It stayed in the top 2 for 2 consecutive weeks. Grande unregistered trademark's previous best effort on the chart was The Way, which peaked at number 37 in April 2013 and also becomes her second top 40 effort there. In the United Kingdom, Problem debuted at number 1 on the UK singles chart on July 6, 2014 for the week ending date July 12, 2014 becoming Graham's fourth charting single and first chart topper in Britain and Azalea's seventh and first respectively. According to the official charts company, Problem made British chart history upon its debut as the first song to top the charts in Britain based on both sales and streaming, with a combined Euro chart sale as a Euro unregistered trademark figure of 113,000. Music video: Grande filmed the lyric video for Problem on April 10, 2014 with Jones Crow as the video's director. Grande edited the video with Jones Crow and completed it on April 13, 2014. The video premiered on Vevo on April 30, 2014. The video features Grande and Azalea performing in a noir black and white clip behind pinwheel go-go filters. The official music video for Problem was filmed on the day after its release on April 29, 2014 with Nev Todorovic directing, who had previously worked with Grande on her videos for Right There, and Almost As Never Enough. On May 8, 2014, Grande previewed photos from the song's video shoot, which features Grande riding a motorcycle while Azalea rocks big blonde hair. The theme carries on the black, white and retro theme from that of the lyric video, which is set to feature a cameo appearance by Big Sean. On May 23, Grande released a teaser of the video on her Instagram account. Makeup for the background dancers, including the Harlequin-painted breakdancer, was done by Mariah Craft and her assistant Lindsay McDarris. The video was released on May 30, 2014. It includes Grande and Azalea singing and dancing, and Big Sean whispering with Grande by his side. Live performances: Problem was first performed by Grande at the 2014 Radio Disney Music Awards on April 26, 2014, which were aired a day later on April 27, 2014. It was later performed at Jeffrey Sankar's annual White Party in Palm Springs. Grande has since also performed Problem at the 2014 iHeartRadio Music Awards on May 1, 2014, on The Ellen DeGeneres Show on May 6, 2014, and at the Born Free Africa Move Era Euro unregistered trademark Estée Family Carnival on May 11. Grande has also performed the song at various concerts including the 2014 KAISFMA Euro unregistered trademark S102.7 Wango Tango annual concert alongside Azalea, for the first time performed with her on May 10, the annual Kiss 108 Fathoms' 2014 Kiss concert on May 31, 2014 and at the 2014 New York 10335 KUT concert Cutforia on June 29, 2014. Grande performed the song at the 2014 Billboard Music Awards alongside Azalea on May 18, 2014. Later, Grande performed on the season 18 finale of Dancing with the Stars on May 20, 2014 and at the 2014 Much Music Video Awards on June 15. She performed Problem at the 2014 iHeartRadio Ultimate Pool Party, and a piano version on the one-day revival of Total Request Live. Track listing: Digital download: Problem Euro 314, single CD, Problem 314, Problem 325, Problem 312, Problem 421, Charts, Weekly Charts, Certifications, Radio and Release History. See also, List of number 1 singles from the 2010s, List of Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 singles in 2014, References. External links: Music video on Vevo, Music video on YouTube, Lyric video on Vevo, Lyric video on YouTube, full lyrics of this song at Metro Lyrics.